Earth used to be a powerful civilization that reached the skies, but everything collapsed 500 years ago. The survivors were left broken, and soon after, something even worse arrived. A deadly enemy fell to Earth on a meteor. This enemy was the Shinobi. They destroyed cities, ruined nature, and hunted humans until the world became a dry wasteland. People now spend every day hiding from these creatures. In the middle of this ruined world, a man with long white hair and some pretty cool glasses stands calmly while crazed monsters surround him. They do not attack him. Instead, they follow his orders. He announces that he has finally taken over the kingdom of Ise. Two nearby soldiers witness the kingdom's destruction at the hands of the Shinobi, realize the scale of the invasion, and immediately retreat. Far away, a massive transport vehicle crawls across desolate ground toward an unknown target. Inside are exhausted girls who've been traveling for 3 straight months after abandoning their castle. They whisper among themselves, guessing that their princess has sunk into gloom from the endless journey. Meanwhile, the princess herself sits in the front with the driver and knight, Sanda. She's fast asleep, the long road always drags her down. The transport rumbles through the remains of a once advanced world. In her sleep, the princess drifts back into her memories the final days of her homeland. Aim was both princess and priestess of the great nation of Ice. Everything changed when monstrous Shinobi descended on her land. She watched her mother die in front of her. And from that day, she vowed to find the weapons needed to end the Shinobi scourge. A sudden jolt wakes Aim. She orders Sanda to stop the vehicle immediately. She can sense Shinobi nearby. Outside, they find a group of desperate people chaining up a child as an offering. They're preparing a human sacrifice to appease the Shinobi. Aim steps out and commands them to stop, but their leader warns her to leave before she gets them all killed. Before Aim can argue, the Shinobi appear. Sanda climbs into a massive shield and fires a powerful blast right as one of the creatures lunges for the child. Aim deploys her own shield as more Shinobi swarm the area. She cuts down several monsters while Sanda holds off the rest, but the bodies of the fallen Shinobi suddenly fuse into a grotesque new creature. Aim tries to fight it, but the monster overwhelms her and destroys parts of her shield. At the last moment, a strange white-haired boy bursts onto the scene. Half of his face is normal, the other half covered in purple alien-like armor. He moves with inhuman speed, slices the massive Shinobi apart, and drags Aim out of danger. Aim gets a clear look at him, one blue eye, one hidden under that purple shell. He then joins her and Sanda in finishing off the remaining monsters. When he kills the final Shinobi, the corruption fades from his body, and he collapses, bleeding heavily. The villagers are saved, and the group takes the mysterious boy with them. Inside the transport, the girls, Hana, Rin, and Yuzu inspect him. Strangely, he shows no signs of Shinobi poisoning, though his body is badly damaged. When he wakes up, exhaustion drops him back to the floor, so the girls feed him rice to help him recover. Outside, Sanda tells Aim they'll camp for the night. The boy eventually gets back on his feet, and Sanda explains the glowing devices he's placing a barrier system that keeps Shinobi away. He then tells the boy to introduce himself to the princess, since she's been worried. The boy finds Aim standing alone on a rocky rise. He freezes, struck by her presence. When she notices him staring, she turns shy, surprised to be seen in such a moment. They talk, and he finally tells her his name, Suo. Aim steps closer and reveals she already knows what he is, a Yagyu, the last of his kind. She begs him to fight beside her to destroy the Shinobi. Fear hits him, and he runs. He doesn't believe he's strong enough for anything she's asking. Later that night, Aim and Sanda talk privately. The Yagyu weren't legends, they were engineered humans created as living weapons to battle the Shinobi. Sanda even fought with one in the past, though their species supposedly vanished long ago. By dawn, Su reappears in front of the transport. He bows his head. Because the princess saved his life, he's willing to stand with her and help wipe out the Shinobi. Aim accepts with relief and thanks him. She tells him he's no monster. His sky-colored eye proves there's something pure in him. After he joins, Sanda gives him a special military uniform. Su then asks Aim where they're heading. She tells him their destination is the old land once home to great cities until the meteor strike twisted it into something unrecognizable. She explains they're searching for a divine weapon called Giga Road, said to be capable of erasing every Shinobi on Earth. The stone Aim keeps on her necklace is the key that can activate it. Su suddenly remembers something from his past, a location that might lead them to the old land. Guided by his memory, the group heads toward the place Su recalled. A massive storm rages outside, and Aim and Sanda are forced to pilot their shields through it. Su is strong enough to push forward, but the road is brutal. As they move through the chaos, a Shinobi attacks. They manage to defeat it, but both Aim and Sanda notice their shields failing. Along the path, Aim spots wrecked shields, realizing others tried reaching the old land but never made it. With their shields collapsing, unconsciousness starts creeping in. Sanda warns the princess that they have to turn back, but Aim refuses to give up. She keeps pushing forward until both she and Sanda finally pass out. Su returns for them, but before he can escape, giant shield soldiers appear. All of them are taken prisoner. Aim wakes up the next day inside Tori Castle, a massive city built in the middle of the dead desert. A commander greets her and leads her through the fortress. Aim thanks him for saving their lives. He escorts her to a special chamber where she meets Kazusa, the Tori ambassador. Aim gets furious when he calls her quest for the holy weapon pointless. He claims the weapon either doesn't exist or will doom humanity alongside the shinobi. To him, protecting Tori is the only thing that matters. Before she leaves, he takes her necklace. Later, Aim suddenly feels faint. A strange memory flashes in her mind, a man with long white hair and glasses. She doesn't understand the vision and collapses. Kazusa goes to check on her, but Su bursts in to defend her. Kazusa defeats him easily but chooses to let them both go, telling them they can stay in Tori or leave. Aim returns to her group and apologizes, feeling she has failed them. San starts training Su to sharpen his skills using wooden sticks. Meanwhile, the ruler of Tori Castle summons Kazusa. He reveals that he wants the holy weapon brought to Tori and orders the capture of Princess Aim. Oblivious, Aim spends some time with Suo, feeling lost about their mission. To cheer her up, Suo lifts her up and runs around the city. They explore Tori, watching the sun and enjoying the moment. They grow closer, and it becomes clear they've fallen in love. Feeling revived, Aim recommits to finding the holy weapon. Suddenly, Tori soldiers arrive to seize her. Su fights them off, but the battle is interrupted when the kind soldier who previously helped Aim appears. His name is Hashiba Hinata. Though a Tori commander, he saves the princess. Hashiba reveals that the ruler of the castle plans to use the holy weapon for selfish gain. He urges Aim to find Kazusa before he goes after the weapon himself. Aim and Su regroup with their friends and tell Sanda to prepare for escape. They finally track down Kazusa. Aim argues that while the holy weapon is dangerous, it is the only way to free the world from the shinobi. She demands her necklace. Kazusa refuses and tells her that if she wants it back, she must kill him. Su steps forward, and their duel begins. Kazusa quickly realizes Su is from the Yagyu, a clan of elite fighters. The battle is fast, precise, and brutal. Su eventually recalls Sanda's training and uses it to land a strike, stabbing Kazusa in the shoulder. Kazusa wants to continue fighting, but Aim stops him, telling him Tori needs him alive and that he owes his people a future. Kazusa hesitates, shaken by her words. Before anything else can happen, a giant flying fortress appears over Tori. It bears the mark of Issei. The Tori shield warriors fire at it, but nothing works. Kazusa says no shinobi has ever had the power to control a fortress. Aim is confused, only her parents ever could. Dark energy surges, and the fortress unleashes shinobi blasts across the city. Aim realizes only one other person had such power, Tsukiomi, the Issei scholar who taught her as a child and was believed to be dead. A giant black cloud forms, and Tsukiomi emerges. He explains he merged with the shinobi life force. He knocks out Su and Kazusa with ease. His true goal is the extermination of humanity, and now he commands all the shinobi. Ami is horrified. Tsukiomi grabs her with a massive shinobi hand and tortures her, demanding her necklace so he can unlock the holy weapon and ascend as a god. Su struggles to break free but is too weak. Watching Aim suffer awakens something buried deep within him. Suddenly, a huge armored warrior appears. Su has transformed into his berserker form. Even Tsukiomi is shocked. Su slashes him with overwhelming power, forcing Tsukiomi to retreat. A flash of blue light lets him escape with his army. The next day, Su awakes in bed, back to normal. He has no memory of the rampage, but Aim was the one who calmed him and restored him to human form. Kazusa, now fully convinced of the threat, prepares his entire army to march toward the old land to stop Tsukiomi. He moves the entire moving fortress. Meanwhile, Aim and Sanda, now upgraded with better armor, enter the old land on their own. After crossing dead terrain, they reach a stunning forest filled with flowers. Aim remembers her mother Hana, who always dreamed of seeing this place. Suddenly, countless shinobi attack. Aim and San fight fiercely, but there are too many. Sanda tells Aim to run to the center of the forest and find the holy weapon. She hesitates, wanting to stay, but San tells her he is proud of her and that she must save the world. He detonates a massive explosion, killing himself and the surrounding shinobi. Aim reaches the holy weapon at last, the Giga Road, a colossal robot capable of controlling all elements. While she tries to activate it, the machine drives a wound through her throat. It needs the life force of its host, and she is left weakened but alive. Tsukiomi arrives in his monstrous shinobi form, ready to seize the final piece for total domination. AIM fights using the Giga Road's partial power, but her attacks are far too weak. She needs to fully awaken it, but she hasn't succeeded. Kazusa and his armies arrive, unleashing everything they have on the shinobi hordes. Suo engages Tsukiomi again, pushing himself past his limits. He bleeds heavily, but refuses to stop. Tsukiomi grows bored, preparing a final attack to end everything. Barely able to stand, Suo drags himself to AIM. He embraces her just as the Giga Road drives its blade through his chest. The weapon absorbs both of them. That sacrifice finally activates the Giga Road fully. AIM and Suo awaken inside the machine together. With its full power unleashed, they nearly obliterate Tsukiomi. AIM and Suo accept their fate, promising to stay together no matter what. The Giga Road grabs Tsukiomi and his giant shinobi construct and rises into the sky. A colossal explosion erupts above the earth, and the people cheer as all shinobi finally vanish. Kazusa wonders if AIM survived. In the silence of space, the Giga Road floats alone. The final fate of AIM and Suo remains unknown, but Earth is free at last.